pay over average for it because it's probably in a nicer town. So a retail buyer. What? Brad.
Crash and bird.
I just got so tired. I'm going to explain to you exactly why we do what we do and how everything goes down. I'm going to show you how to grow your business. These are the things that work in today's markets. You're going to love what we did in here. We're going to start making some money. Here's how you do it. Hey, what's up guys? John Cochran here, and today is System Saturday, the day that I bring you a system that I use in my business that you can rip off, duplicate using your own local market. Now, what we're going to talk about in today's System Saturday is how to target the right buyer whenever you're selling your property that you're going to be making a lot of money on, okay? So you always got to think about the end in mind. Who is your target buyer? So when you're selling 123 Main Street, you pretty much know who your target buyer is going to be. Is this buyer going to be an investor buyer? Okay. That a property that you're obviously going to be wholesaling off, that you're going to wholesale? Is your buyer going to be an average buyer? Somebody, an average buyer? Somebody that, if your average market price is $124,000, sold into your entire MLS or whatever, and it's just average, somebody that's going to pay average. So this would be a prehab deal, okay? And then you've got your third buyer, which is a retail buyer. So somebody that already wants a property fixed up and whatnot, and is probably going to be a property that you're going to rehab. Okay? So you already know that if you're going to wholesale this deal, an investor's pretty much going to buy this one. If you're going to prehab a deal, somebody that's looking for an average property is going to buy it. If you're going to rehab a deal, if you're going to rehab a property, a retail buyer is going to be buying that property. Okay? So really, now that you know that there's 3 different types of buyers that could be buying your properties, just think of it backwards, okay? So, wholesale buyer, what do they care about? What is an investor buyer? What do they care about? And this is the marketing message that you're gonna have to portray on all of your different marketing. So, if you're doing YouTube videos, Craigslist ads, writing your property description, every bit of the channels, writing blogs about this thing. If you're doing all of that stuff, what does an investor want you to tell them? What does an investor want? They care about deals, okay? They care about that it's a deal, that they can make money on the deal, how much off it is. That's what they care about. So when you're writing your property description, say, rather than just saying, this house is gorgeous and this and that, speak to that investor. Deal. Attention investors, you can make a ton of money off of this property. It is priced at $40,000 off retail. This property does need some work, but you can make a ton of money off of it. So obviously I was just going right off the cuff on that, but I'm speaking to that real estate investor. That's what they want me to say. So I'm going to say that to them. So a deal that you're prehabbing, an average buyer, what is an average buyer? Just, somebody, if your average area in your area is $124,000 sold price, and somebody's going to be buying a property in there, and that's average, what do they care about? What does an average buyer care about? They care about the deal itself as well. They care about the deal, that it's nice, that it's, livable, that, it might be a little bit off of retail. That's what they care about, okay? So, for example, in your property description and all your different marketing channels, you need to talk to that average buyer. Attention buyers, be the pickiest buyer in here. This property is a deal. It is nice. It's got new carpet, new paint, it has new this, and it's priced at $15,000 off market value. That's the way that an average buyer, that's what they want to hear. So you got to tell them that in all the marketing channels that you bring them. That's what you have to do. But then you have a retail buyer. So if you just got done with the rehab and this thing is gorgeous, it's stunning, you need to portray that and talk to that retail buyer in all the different marketing that you do. Your property description, your Craigslist ads, your everything that you do, your YouTube videos, everything that you do, you need to be speaking to nothing but retail buyers. Don't be speaking to investors. You just got done rehabbing this house. Do you think you're going to start everything off with, attention investors, deal, deal, deal? No, you're not going to do that because an investor is not going to buy that property, okay? So when you're talking to a retail person, you need to focus on how gorgeous this is, how spacious this is. How updated. How updated it is, gorgeous. How gorgeous this property is. You need to speak to that retail buyer. And this is where most investors go wrong, is they just don't think of the end in mind. And this is what our software, Buyers on Fire, does, is that it will literally go through there and it will ask you who your target buyer is. It'll ask you who your target buyer is, and then through that target buyer, once we know who that target buyer is, that's how we talk to them. That's exactly how we talk to them. So guys, I really encourage you, the next time that you're selling a property, think of the end in mind. Who is your buyer? And in all the marketing that you do to sell that property, on your white signs and absolutely everything, just speak to that buyer, guys. It's very, very easy. Just speak to that buyer and they will call you. That's exactly how you do it. So guys, subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel, like us on Facebook, comment on the video below, and I'll see you on the next System Saturday.